My name is rapper Matthew Jack. My legal name is Matthew Jack. I grew up in Smithfield, right? That was like in Guyana, but in the south side. Never really sell drugs, weed, or none of that shit. Tried to make a living, but life was hard, right? Growing up wasn't easy or any easy thing that you will want to clip after, but I started to rap at around 10 years old, right? This when I find interested in rapping, right? I didn't really release no music before or after, right? Because releasing music, I don't actually didn't know how to do that shit yet. I didn't know how to open my own record deal or start my own record producing company or know to do any of that stuff since I turned around 15, 16 years old. I started to take interested in the music industry and I started to take interested in music itself. Right, this when I first started taking full interested in music is when my cousin and my brother was recording their first song together. Right, my cousin Malcolm and my cousin and my brother Manuel was recording music together, and then this obviously all music was interested to me. You know what I mean? So I started to release my first track around 16 years old. And this when I started to get interested in music because I believe music is like to the heart, to the soul, to the mind and everything because that's music, right? And I love music so much. This when I started to get love and I started to take music a lot more interested than than I do with school. And then I started dropping out of school, right? And I started taking music a lot interested, right? Music is like, for me, I would say music is like something you listen to and start to feel the rhythm and the beat and the voice and every other that shit, right? For me, I would say music is something different, right? Music is something that you listen from your heart, deep down inside, right? Music is something that you create as a verse, as a pattern, right? Music is something deep down inside that, you know, feel that heart. Like if you're going through something emotional, right? You have different type of music that will make you feel different and it will like help your emotional feelings and stuff. Right? Comes to pass. Right? Well, with the PTF Gang record label, right? The name of the PTF Gang record label was not created, right? But the name and the founder is me. Right? I created the PTF Gang record label. I created the PTF Gang name, everything, all by itself. Right? The reason why I created the PTF Gang is because I always wanted like if I make it out of hood or like I make it to the top, I always want to like find something that I'll remember myself back. Like I want to like have a gang or like have like a family, something that I remember when I make it to the top, when I become successful, right? That's when I come up with the name PTF Gang, right? PTF Gang to me is like a family, right? It's like not no type of other gangs, no type of drugs, no type of large, none of that crap, right? For me, the PTF Gang is like a family, right? And we do family stuff, right? The PTF Gang is more of a PTF than a killing machine or one of those gangs that you probably go around seeing and stuff. Right. I haven't released anything like towards the PTF gang, like the PTF gang merch or the PTF gang clothing, or like release anything towards the PTF gang or the family label or anything. But I am actually thinking about doing stuff like that. But everything takes time, you know what I mean? But to pull towards that I was growing up back in Smithfield, right? That's in Guyana, but that's the Barbies area. So where did I grow up? Well, I grew up living with my grandmother, right? Most of the time, right? Because my mom would leave to go work and those stuff, right? And days when I started going to school, but I started to realize that school wasn't for me. That's when I started to get interested in music, and I released my first track when I reached 16 years old. That's when my first track was released, and it hasn't like racked up any views or anything. But when I first like released my first album, it was around 16 years old. But I started releasing music first, but then I get in some problem with the laws and stuff shit. But otherwise than that, I kind of make it out of hood because